The heat is thick enough to chew. Los Angeles, 1972, August. The kind of summer that makes the asphalt shimmer like a lake. The kind that turns car hoods into skillets and tempers into wildfires. A crosswalk on Wilshire Boulevard. The light turns white. Pedestrians begin to walk. A woman with shopping bags. A businessman loosening his tie. A mother holding her son's hand. The boy licking an ice cream cone that is losing its war against the sun. One of them is Bruce Lee. He is coming from a meeting at Warner Brothers. Another disappointment. Another "we love your energy, but American audiences aren't ready." Another door closed because his eyes are the wrong shape for leading roles. He walks with his hands in his pockets. His mind is elsewhere. Hong Kong, maybe. Making his own path. The phone call he will make tonight. The street smells of hot dogs and exhaust. Palm trees wilt overhead. A vendor fans himself with a newspaper. The city is sweating through its suit. A sound. Engine roaring. Tires screaming against asphalt. A black Cadillac Eldorado. Chrome gleaming, top down. Tears through the red light. It rips across the crosswalk like a shark through shallow water. The woman with bags dives left. The businessman stumbles. The mother yanks her son so hard the ice cream flies from his hand and splatters on the pavement. Bruce Lee does not move. He stands in the center of the crosswalk, hands still in his pockets, eyes on the Cadillac. The bumper stops 6 inches from his knees, 6 inches between life and death. He did not flinch. Internal monologue. He could have killed that child, that mother. And for what? To save 10 seconds? This is not impatience. This is contempt. Contempt for every life that is not behind his steering wheel. The driver's door flies open. A man emerges. Big, 6'3", maybe more. Gold chains nesting in chest hair. Shirt open to the navel. The sunburn of someone who drinks by the pool and calls it work. His watch costs more than most people's cars. His name doesn't matter. His type does. The type who has never heard no. The type who believes money is a force field. The type who sees the world as his property and everyone in it as trespassers. He reaches into the back seat. A baseball bat. Louisville Slugger. Wood grain dark with use. This is not a prop. This is a tool. The tool of a man who has done this before and gotten away with it. He walks toward Bruce Lee. The bat swings lazily at his side. His gold chains catch the sun. "Hey, Chinaman." The word echoes off the storefronts. Pedestrians freeze. The mother pulls her son behind a mailbox. "You got a death wish?" The man is closer now. Close enough that Bruce can smell the whiskey, the cologne, the entitlement. "Get out of my way, now." Bruce Lee's hands remain in his pockets. The man stops. 3 feet away. The bat rises slightly. A warning. A promise. "You deaf?" I said move. Bruce Lee looks at him, then past him. At the little boy, peering from behind the mailbox. Ice cream on his shirt. Fear in his eyes. "You almost killed a child." The man blinks. Of all the responses he expected. Begging, running, apologizing. This was not one of them. "What did you just say to me?" Bruce Lee's voice is calm, quiet. The voice of a man discussing the weather. A child. "Right there. You almost killed him." His hands stay in his pockets. "Now put the bat down." The man laughs. It is the laugh of someone who has never faced consequences, who has bought his way out of speeding tickets, lawsuits, and broken bones, who sees the small Asian man in front of him and calculates, easy, put the bat down? He takes another step. "Who the hell do you think you are?" The crosswalk is emptied. The woman with shopping bags is gone. The businessman has retreated into a doorway. Only the mother and child remain, frozen behind the mailbox, watching. Bruce Lee's hands stay in his pockets. Internal monologue. He is used to fear. He feeds on it. Every person who has run from him has made him stronger. Every flinch has confirmed his power. But I will not run. I will not flinch. I will give him nothing. A child? The man spits on the asphalt. "You're worried about a child. This is NY City, buddy. My road. You're lucky I stopped at all. You ran a red light. You nearly killed people. And now you're holding a weapon." "Yeah, I am." The bat rises. "And you're still standing in my way." Hong Kong, 1946. A street in Kowloon. Young Bruce, 6 years old, walks beside his father. Li Hoi Chuen is a famous actor, a proud man, a man who commands respect on every stage in China. A car horn, tires screech. A black sedan nearly clips them both. The driver emerges. A British officer, red-faced, uniform crisp, the flag of empire on his shoulder. "Watch where you're walking, Chinaman." Bruce's father says nothing. He takes his son's hand. He bows. He bows. The officer laughs, gets back in his car, drives away. That night, Bruce cannot sleep. "Father, why did you bow? He almost hit us. It was his fault." Li Hoi-chuen sits on the edge of the bed. His eyes are tired. The eyes of a man who has swallowed too much pride to count. "Because I had no choice, son. He had power. I had none. Sometimes survival means bending. I don't want to bend." His father smiles, sad, knowing. "Then you must become strong enough that you never have to." Bruce stares at the ceiling, 6 years old, fists clenched under the blanket. "I will always have a choice." The man with the bat is closer now. Bruce Lee can smell the whiskey on his breath, the sweat under the cologne, the fear beneath the arrogance, because there is always fear beneath arrogance. That is why men like this need bats, need size, need noise. "Last chance, Chinaman. Move, or I move you." Bruce Lee looks at him, then past him, at the Cadillac gleaming in the sun, chrome mirrors, leather seats, a machine built to announce that its owner is better than everyone else. Then back at the man. "I am not moving." The man's jaw tightens, his knuckles go white on the bat. "Your funeral." Internal monologue. "My father bowed because he had no choice, but he gave me one. 20 years of training, 20 years of discipline. Not so I could hurt people, so I could choose when not to." This man thinks the bat gives him power. He is wrong. The bat is a confession that without it, he is nothing. The man swings, full arc, all power. The swing of someone who has broken windshields and mailboxes, and once, a man's collarbone outside a bar in Santa Monica. The bat cuts through the August air, toward Bruce Lee's head. The bat cuts through the air. Full swing, all rage. The swing of a man who has never missed. He misses. Bruce Lee moves, one step, not backward, sideways, into the swing, not away from it. His hand rises from his pocket, finally, after all this time, and catches the bat, mid-arc. The sound is sharp, wood-slapping palm. The man's momentum stops dead, as if he has swung into a concrete wall. For a moment, they are frozen, the man gripping one end, Bruce Lee gripping the other. The August sun, beating down, the crosswalk silent as a grave. The man's eyes go wide. He pulls. The bat does not move. He pulls harder. Veins bulge in his neck. His face turns crimson. His gold chains bounce against his chest. The bat does not move. Internal monologue. He thinks strength is size. He thinks power is noise. But I have spent 20 years learning what power really is. It is not the ability to swing. It is the ability to stop, to hold, to choose what happens next. Let go. The man's voice cracks. The first note of fear. "Let go of my bat." Bruce Lee looks at him, studies him, the way a doctor studies an X-ray. No. He holds the bat with one hand. The man pulls with two. It does not matter. The physics have changed. The rules have changed. Everything this man believed about the world, that size wins, that money protects, that rage conquers, is being rewritten in the 6 inches between them. Bruce Lee releases the bat. The man stumbles backward, surprised. He raises it again, ready to swing. Bruce Lee kicks, not at the man, at the car. His foot connects with the driver's side mirror. The sound is a gunshot in the quiet street. Glass explodes. Chrome crumples like tinfoil. The mirror, a $500 piece of vanity, a symbol of everything this man believes he is, shatters into 100 pieces that scatter across the asphalt like broken teeth. The man freezes. His bat hangs in the air. His mouth hangs open. His brain cannot process what his eyes just saw. Bruce Lee lowers his foot. He has not broken a sweat. His breathing has not changed. His hair is still perfect. "That mirror was your face." The words land like stones. "Next time it will be." He steps toward the man. One step. The man steps backward. For the first time in his life, he is retreating from someone smaller than him. Bruce Lee reaches out, takes the bat from his hands. The man does not resist. His fingers open like a child, surrendering a toy he knows he should not have. Bruce Lee examines the bat. Louisville Slugger. Ash wood. Good craftsmanship. He grips both ends and snaps it over his knee. The crack echoes off the storefronts. 2 pieces fall to the asphalt. The man stares at them, at the weapon that was supposed to make him invincible, now broken like a promise. "The child you almost killed is watching." Bruce Lee nods toward the mailbox. The boy is still there, 8 years old. Ice cream stain on his shirt. Eyes wide as dinner plates. What do you want him to learn? The man cannot speak. His lips move. No sound comes. That men with money can do whatever they want? Bruce Lee steps closer. His voice drops. Or that every action has a consequence. And the next time you run a red light, you might meet someone who doesn't stop at mirrors. The man's face is white now. The sunburn has drained away. The arrogance has drained away. Only a man remains, a small man in an expensive shirt, standing in the wreckage of his certainty. The crosswalk is silent. The man stands before his wounded Cadillac, bat in 2 pieces, mirror in 100, his certainty somewhere between them, shattered, impossible to reassemble. Get in your car. Bruce Lee's voice is calm. Drive away. Next time you see a crosswalk, remember this. The man does not argue, does not threaten. He walks to his Cadillac, sits, starts the engine. The car pulls away. Slowly, it stops at the next red light. Fully, Bruce Lee watches until it disappears, then puts his hands back in his pockets, footsteps behind him. Sir, the mother. She is holding her son's hand. Her eyes are wet. Her voice is shaking. Thank you. He almost, my son was right there. If you hadn't. Bruce Lee shakes his head. I did not do anything special. I just refused to move. The boy tugs at his mother's hand. 8 years old. Ice cream stain on his shirt. Eyes that have seen something they will carry forever. Mister? Bruce Lee kneels. Eye level. Yes? How did you do that? The bat, you caught it. The mirror? 1 kick. Internal monologue. This is why it matters. Not the man in the Cadillac. He will forget by next week. But this boy will remember. That small does not mean weak. That calm does not mean afraid. Bruce Lee smiles. I practiced. Everything. For a long time. The boy frowns. He wanted a secret. A shortcut. But weren't you scared? Yes. The boy blinks. Everyone gets scared. Fear is not the problem. The problem is what you do with it. You can let it move you, or you can let it sharpen you. He stands, looks at the mother. Your son is brave. He did not run. He nods to them both. Walks away. Across the crosswalk, into the afternoon, his hands in his pockets. Years later, that boy would tell the story, in schoolyards, in locker rooms, in quiet bars, after midnight, to his own children. When they asked about courage, I was 8 years old. Some guy in a Cadillac almost killed me. Ran a red light. Didn't care. Got out with a baseball bat. What happened? There was this man, small, Asian, hands in his pockets the whole time. He just stood there, didn't move, didn't run, didn't even raise his voice. And he caught the bat in midair, kicked the guy's mirror off with 1 shot, broke the bat over his knee like it was a twig. The driver got back in his car and drove away like a scared kid. Who was he? I never found out. Just some guy, nobody famous. But years later, when the boy, now a man, saw a movie called Enter the Dragon, he froze in his seat. That face, those eyes, that stillness. He finally knew, and he understood something else. The man with the bat thought he had power, because he was big, because he was loud, because he had a weapon. But real power was standing still with your hands in your pockets, while the world swung at your head. True strength is not the ability to destroy, it is the ability to choose, when to act, when to wait, and when walking away is the greatest victory of all.